Hello, folks. Richard Moore, USAGSA. I've got another installment for you for criminal lawyers that are criminals. And these are in Central Tennessee, Pinson, and Lexington, Henson, that area. I'm fixing to bring it to you. Unbelievable. Before I jump into it, I want to remind you in the description of this video is our link tree, and that link tree will take you to various links, some of the links, some of the platforms that we're on, and ways you can say GSA. We're 100% supported by our listeners, viewers, and followers. Also, if you enjoy our content, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. That link is in there as well. My contact information is there. And we do want to hear from you. We want your story. And so the way you can contact me is right in there. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, share, like, and I welcome your comments down there below. So, disclaimer, before I get started, I want to warn you that we do have a criminal troll and have had for some time. And that is Cindy, the Rotten Hoo-Ha from Amory, Mississippi. So be forewarned that she be creeping in an inbox somewhere near you. So watch out, buyer beware. So now, if we talk about community-oriented policing, or as I refer to as community orgasmic policing, which, by the way, is in every community in America. This is the drip from the gonorrhea of the deep state. These are people posing as pillars of the community. This is ran by law enforcement as they have a safer and better community. All that sounds good, but what they're doing behind closed doors is alarming. And since they're doing it behind closed doors, and since over 1 million Americans are systematically being destroyed, tortured, harassed, stalked, and surveilled, and killed in plain sight without any accountability, I'm going to do my part and make sure that the message gets out. And so we give a lot of credit to today's message. It seems like the drones blinked out a message to do this one. So we want to thank the Closet Queer Mafia and the armada of drones for spelling it out in the sky for me. I mean, they've really got the technology and all the sense in the world. So let's talk about first Heather Drew, or Nancy Drew, whatever she likes to go by. And so her job, and Jack Henson's job, and attorney's job, and I'm sure that plenty of people have had something happen, and you've been violated, a wrongful arrest, a bogus situation, where it be in a property deal, family law, CPS is trying to take your children, on and on and on. Or maybe it's something as simple as a car accident that wasn't your fault, but all of a sudden, all the attorneys seem to be colluding with the enemy. It's not your imagination. In order for this community orgasmic policing mechanism to work, and in order for them to be able to consistently violate a person's constitutional rights and due process, they have got to close all the doors that individual would possibly have to get due process. All this is illegal. And who is that wheel in the cog between the victim and the court system? Justice. Of course, it's an attorney. Now, some will minimize and dismiss you, and then those will take your money and say they do their best. And some will say, I will get you the best deal I can get you. Now, folks, here's the deal. They're colluding with each other. They're making these deals before they never see a courtroom. The deal's made before court is ever in session. And we're going to expose some of these people, and we're going to keep doing it. People that are going to the penitentiary for crimes they didn't commit, all because the defense, the prosecution, and the judge, and the sheriff, all on the same page. It's not your imagination. This is the unmitigated fact of what's going on today, 2025 in America, especially in the dirty South. But it's all the world over. So Jack Henson and his firm there have got a sweet deal. They've got a sweet deal. I mean, they've got a speed trap set up on I-40 that is better than any slot machine Las Vegas could hope for. And the ones that are controlling the drugs in that part of Tennessee, they've got a fixer, a manager. And I'm told that Jack Hinson is right squack dab in the middle of that. I don't doubt it a bit. He's a judge too, up down the road somewhere. I don't know how all that happened. But what I do know is that Jack Hinson took a man's money that was targeted, and for no apparent reason, he took thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with the intention of stonewalling, dragging, and dismissing, and making sure that this victim never received justice. Not only that, he accused this victim of being on drugs when he wasn't. He saw that this victim had been traumatized and targeted so hard it rendered him homeless. And now he was going to protect this particular citizen from the loss of his child. And he made sure that he colluded with the child's mother, her attorney, which is none other than Heather Drew, to make sure that it didn't have anything to do with the law. They circumvented his rights, his due process, everything. Not only that, Jack Hinson hadn't had any problem talking about this individual to other people publicly. Of course, attorney-client privilege and all that mumbo-jumbo, and the oaths that they take that they'll uphold and protect the Constitution of the United States of America, so help me God, is nothing but a bunch of bullshit to them. To me, I think you should take it serious. Somehow people believe that these people are godly people. Well, they'll tell you that, and they might be at church, riding in pews, shaking hands, being deacons, and all this other kind of stuff. What you are speaks much louder than what you possibly be saying. God does not loophole a damn lie, treason, scare tactics, rumors mill, slander, terror, destruction of families, employment, and asset stripping. And that you, Jack Henson, and Heather Drew, play an integral part in this being able to happen in your neck of the woods. You know it, and I know it. You see, this community-oriented policing, ladies and gentlemen, is the holistic approach to policing, which means everybody does their part to have a safer and better community. Again, window wash. We want to protect our citizens, and God forsake, we want to protect our children. And I'm going to tell you, they don't give a shit about the children. If they didn't, they wouldn't keep feeding children to CPS, which nationally lose 300,000 children a year. They don't know where in the hell they went. CPS is nothing but a child and human trafficking pimp ring. That's what it is. And they leverage these children with families that are good families and put them with the most twisted perversion of corrupted deal you can imagine. I cover that and I expose that. The who, what, when, and where. That's what this is about. And if that weren't bad enough, Jack Henson and a judge and a pillar of the community that is got some kind of weird sex love triangle going on up there. And I think I wasn't going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. But let's talk about Jerry that lives over in Lexington. Jack, Jerry and his wife gave you thousands of dollars to make sure the paperwork was right because a relative that left them all of his belongings when he passed, and they were ready to get that, but some individual had it stored in his building, and you have an issue with that. So you took their money, Jack, and then you stonewalled, just like you did with other cases, and you say that you tried to serve, couldn't serve, and you drug it out long enough, and you gave the criminal enough time to get out of town with hundreds of thousands of dollars in property that belonged to Jerry and his wife. And now you're just scratching your head and say, well, he's gone, we don't know where he is, and that's it. They asked for a refund. You offered a part of that back. I mean, you've got some balls on you, Jack. You got some balls on you. I mean, in plain sight, you rob a son of a bitch and lie to him because you're colluding with these community orgasmic policing pathetics because they're targeted. They're constantly surveilled, harassed, their devices hacked, and they're monitored. And property damage, property theft. This man is in very poor health, but that has not stopped because we know with community orgasmic policing, once they target an American citizen against the constitutions and laws of this country, they will not stop until total annihilation is achieved. Annihilation, the Latin root to that is to reduce something to nothing, either dead or life in the penitentiary. And the first one is preferable. And they'll always blame it on something else. They'll never accept the blame that they are cold-blooded murderers. And folks, I'm telling you, this is not just some kind of conspiracy. This is the real deal. Do you believe the deep state is real? Do you think it's just secluded to Washington, D.C.? I beg to differ. I'm telling you, this is the local drip of the deep state. Now, that is the facts, folks. That's the facts. And so it would seem to me, between the speed traps and the drug money laundering or whatever it is else that I'm hearing that you're involved in, let's get back to this love triangle I just can't get past. Now, so the way I understand it is Jack is a long-standing relationship that's well known with his secretary's husband that's gay, and they're sleeping together. And as a result of that, the secretary doesn't know this is going on. So, and she is sleeping with Jack because her husband is gay. Now, folks, I know it's a mouthful. It is confusion. So I don't think it's a threesome. It could be. I don't know what it is. But I can tell you one thing. That being said, with full disclosure, I think Jack Henson needs to have that on the wall, what the deal is. Because I really don't want to spend my money or trust my freedom with someone that's having one of these, what the hell kind of deal it is, relationship going on here, this love triangle. Folks, there's no morals or rules or laws or anything that these people are beholden to. We all know it's a two-tiered system. The rules and the laws that apply to you and I, and the rules and laws as it applies to them. They get stopped for speeding, what happens? You get stopped for speeding, what happens? You get the drift, ladies and gentlemen. Now, far too long have these tyrannical criminals that are practicing law are getting a pass. I'm going to quit giving the pass. I think they want to do it, do it. We can't stop them, obviously, but by God, we don't have to do business with them, and by God, we don't have to shop with them, and we can take it somewhere else. Surely, there's somebody that has the moral fortitude to carry out the duties of their oath and do what they said they would do. If your word's no good, you're no good. And Heather Drew, where you took on the mantle of being able to represent members of community orgasmic policing, including this satanic stalker that comes to mind that you represented. Instead of you got on the phone with Jack Hinson, the opposing attorney, and y'all made a deal with the devil to destroy this targeted individual and destroy his relationship with his family and his child. The same thing with this senior couple there in Lexington. Y'all hadn't got any qualms with relentlessly stalking, surveilling, tampering, stealing, and everything else that you can do. So you shouldn't have any problems with being put on blast and let the world know just what kind of people you really are. And so, folks, now you know. So let me hear from you. Share, subscribe, like. Until next time, God bless you. They call me a